The Uganda we want. So mu Uganda gye twagala mu lutalo luno olw'okulwanyisa obulabbayo obukenuzi nze kyempita obuvundu. Munna Uganda alina okuba nga yeenyigiramu.
Ffenna twenyigire mu lutalo.
Ate abalala tebasomye kuzimba wabula bayize okuzimba.
Uganda gye twagala okulaba ng'enguudo zonna nkole nungi, public transport nga weeri.
Kati eno gavumenti eriwo erina akabonero ka Lucifer. Buli kyotunulako mu Uganda kiriko oxygen. Either babika amawulire malungi oba mawulire mabi. Minisita teyeetagisa kabangali budde buno zaki.
At this time, why should somebody import furniture from outside Uganda? Let us leave NRM to be in charge for another 36 years or more.
I really want to see a Uganda that believes in the rule of law. If you have a constitution in place, follow it to the letter. Don't change laws just because you want them to favor you.
Kuba njagala omanye nti obugagga bwonna Uganda bwe yeeyagaliramu buyita waffe ku ttaka lyaffe. Naye busoga mugidibaze.
How can a referral hospital refer you to a private clinic? The Uganda we want buli muntu ateekwa okumanya nti I am a stakeholder, nkwatibwako si kwesuulirayo gwa naggamba.
Uganda oyinza okukakana nga mwe mulina bagraduates aba university nga bangi okusinga ebungereza. Mwe mufokasinga nnyo ku degree. Eri bo bafokasinga nnyo nti byensomye mbijeemu omulimu n'enkola.
We are dreaming of a Uganda where at a young age there is such a relationship between parent and son, parent and daughter, where the daughter can say this is what I want.
Uganda gye twagala empya tesobola kubeerawo nga tewali mateeka. Amateeka agakola.
The Uganda we want. Welcome to the second episode of the Uganda we want with the Senior Commissioner of Prisons, Mr. Frank Baine Mayanja. And to some of you, you refer to him as the prisons spokesperson. As we heard from him in the first episode, he gave us the mission as mandated from the constitution of this country that the Uganda prisons has a mandate to provide safe, secure, and humane custody of offenders while placing human rights at the center of their correctional programs. He did us very well when he explained what they do when you join them. And we saw the difference between police and the prison. So you go in the prison after court has sentenced you to go to the prison, and then they start their program. Afande, before I say anything more, could you just welcome our viewers in our second episode, and then we kick off from where we left it off last time.
Okay, thank you, Robert. Dear viewers, you're welcome for the second segment of the Uganda we want, or the Uganda we need. Mm-hmm. And of course, the prisons we need and how we move forward. You had brought a very pertinent question about the challenges. Basically, to me, the challenges I look at, the other ones are effects of the challenges.
Oh.
Yeah, in philosophy, they call it cause pro causa. Mm-hmm. It's not the cause of the problem that is the problem, but the cause of the problem that becomes the issue.
Yes.
Now, like, coming to overcrowding, yes, our carrying capacity right now is 23,000 inmates. In other words, if we were to be comfortable, right now, if we were to be comfortable, we'd be keeping 23,000 inmates. But now we are keeping 80,000 what? Inmates. That means where there is supposed to be one person, we are actually keeping more than three persons. So that means everything is now affected by this. You will find that you will not have enough rehabilitation classes. You will not have the right sanitation because if the septic tank was measured for 100 people, now it is serving 600 people, then you know
It's like having a school with more students and few facilities.
So that is the beginning of the challenge. One is the numbers. But how are the numbers coming in? If you notice, for the last 10 years, the Uganda's population has grown by 14 million.
Yeah.
And among the 14 million, there must be offenders. Not everybody can be an angel. There must be those who will offend. And therefore, it means that the more the numbers, the more the competition for resources. And the more competition for resources, the more chances of involving in crime are on the side. Two, if we notice, the rate of urbanization in this country is very high. So there is this rural-urban migration excitement. When people come to the urban centers, they find they are stuck. They don't have what to eat. They don't have where to sleep. Now, yet they find some people already have. Now, the forceful sharing of what is now is what actually leads these people into crime. And then crime makes them end up in the what? In the prison. So that is a population factor which you can't change. And that is a challenge which you can stay with. Now, the other one is about the funding.
Before the funding, so if that is a population challenge we have in the Uganda Prison Service,
yes,
it can't change as you're saying, but can't we plan for it, and what can we do?
That's why now I was telling you about financial.
Okay.
Planning must be backed with what? Finance. Ideally, we are operating the whole of Uganda, not only prisons. You see, sometimes I genuinely ask people, if you had money, which can only cater for one or two of the 20 or 30 you have, and in the priority list, they bring education and schools, they bring hospitals, and they bring prisons. Would you make prisons the first priority as a plan?
No, because I'm not in there.
Now, that's exactly how we are standing. That if the small national cake that exists, when the priorities are being set, that's how some of these institutions, yes, they remain unfunded priorities. They are priority, but they can't be funded because the immediate problem is about having the right education, about having the right health. That's why we have to accept to move slowly. But our budgets have been increasing. Me, when I joined the prisons budget was actually 22 billion.
Only 22 for the entire country.
For the entire country. Now, we have closed 500 billion. Although we would be needing something like 1.5 trillion to catch up with the challenges and the numbers.
Oh, they have had.
Yes.
They have had.
We will do that. But this doesn't go on alone. You see, that's why sometimes history is the best subject. I remember in 1988, after they had done currency reform, the minister, I think it was Chiyonga who read that budget. Either Chiyonga or this man Mayanja'S. But our national budget was 88.3 billion. National budget.
The national budget.
Right now we are talking of 71 trillion. So you can see the difference. And that's why you see, even as we have been able to expand, yes, some of these challenges notwithstanding, but very many things have changed. And the whole thing is hinged on economic growth and development. Because you cannot divorce institutional growth from national growth. It can't happen.
The way you're speaking to us, there's something I'm sensing. when you gave me the priorities that if I'm to choose, which one can I choose? It's like you're saying, hey, this one that you're putting last is very, very important, but I am not prioritizing it. What could be?
Because you don't have enough. For us, we have grown in a period of scarcity. If you have 10 children and you can afford to buy 1 kilo of meat, who eats meat first? The young child or the old children?
Philosophically, I think it will depend.
It is the young, because these young ones are still tender. The other ones can wait. So it is about priority. Even the president who is always talking about it, he said, you see, you can't do everything at the same time. You must go stage by stage. You must sacrifice some things and do others, but knowing that in the long run, you will still come to the break-even point.
So in this case, Uganda prisons, when it comes to the finances, has been the sacrificial lamb.
Not only prisons, by the way. It's not only prisons.
It's part of, it's one of the sacrificial
you have been hearing hospitals don't have drugs. We have health centers, they don't have drugs. You think everybody would want to put up a health center without putting drugs? It's only that by the time they are finishing this construction, the budget, the economy does not allow the luxury to stock this this place. So everywhere you are looking at, whether it's education, when you see some people, yes, schools were started, but we still have children studying under trees. Is it because that's what everybody would wish to see? No. So we need to know that this economy came from somewhere. You know, sometimes when I go to the history of Uganda, fortunately I have grown enough to move through regimes. People in Uganda don't remember that in 1973, actually 72, Uganda was served with a total sanction. Total sanction is that you cannot even sell 1 kilo of coffee
outside.
You cannot sell it outside. There is no market that will welcome your products. The only way you can sell is to smuggle these things you have to sell to the neighboring countries. I remember very well, 1974, Rwanda was the best exporter of coffee. But that coffee was coming from Uganda.
Oh, Rwanda, yo?
No. You see,
Rwanda
didn't do anything. It is us who chased the Asians. When we chase the Asians, then they put total sanctions. The internal economy collapsed because the Asians were the ones running shops and businesses. So we didn't have any return on investment. We didn't have any foreign the foreign earnings. We were just stuck. That's why by the time this government came,
1986,
everything in this country was coming from outside. Everything. Whether it is beer, whether it is a matchbox, whether it is everything you wanted had to come. And the way it was coming in is through smuggling. Because the other countries were also not allowed to do business with us.
Because we are totally sanctioned.
Now, to generate an economy which is in that state, to where we are, it's a very big milestone.
That has to be appreciated.
Yeah. But unfortunately, the majority of the people would appreciate didn't see it. With them, they have imagined when things have been okay.
Oh.
So they don't have that background.
Afande, you're saying if you don't see something, it is hard for you to appreciate it.
It becomes a story. When I was telling my children that my primary school I was going for 5 kilometers, my daughter said, "But did your parents love you? How did they get you? How did they get you do that?" That was the only thing which was there. And to me, I was lucky that at least my parents were able to pay school fees. And they said there were many who couldn't pay; they were just at home. Now, don't you think those ones were not loved at all? If my parents didn't love me, but you can see the perspective. So, to me, we have been slowly but surely moving. That's why right now, we are struggling to do total mechanization of the farms. I am telling you, to tell you that you see, we are now growing our own seeds. Do you know how much these seeds get adulterated by when you are getting them from the neighboring countries? So there is a road. How much tax do you pay? The one we grow here is tax-free because we use the state resources, we use the human resource within, and this is how things are going. That's why we are talking about boob.
Build Uganda by Uganda.
Build Uganda by Uganda. That's the only way we can develop this country. And sometimes, especially these days, yes, the politicians will tell you the roads are bad here, the roads are bad. I have traversed this country. There is no direction you take without finding constructions going on. Now, to you, who is looking at half, the glass is half empty, you may think there is not work being done. But if you have that positive, and you know one thing is that the love for the country is personal. Nobody is going to teach you to love your country. You must have it, that this is my country. Your country is like your parent. It's up to you to love your parent or not to love your parent.
It's your choice.
It's your choice. So that's why I keep telling people that we need to start loving our country more than we are doing, than lamenting how other countries are doing better than us.
Comparing ourselves to America, UK, and...
I can assure you, I keep telling people, I have gone to the US. They are beggars on the street. What are they doing? If America is so good, is so advanced, what are beggars doing on the street? Why do they still have people sleeping in cardboards? So things may not be as rosy as you may think. Yes, the broader part, the bigger picture is there, but we still have to go. That's why, like in this last campaign, I learned one thing, that development is not the same as personal wealth. No. Development is general. It's a road.
Where did it come from? Like,
the president was the one saying it. He said, you see, you are not going to sleep on tarmac. You need a good mattress in your what? In your house. You need a house. Yes, the tarmac will come. Before you ask me for the tarmac, can you ask me what will help you put a mattress in your house? Put food on the table. If you are satisfied and you sleep well, development will do what? Will come. But development will come, you don't have anything to eat. He was giving example now. There is a good tarmac road in the eastern, but they are using it for drying cassava and rice.
Yeah, I saw it last year as well. I went that side of
so now, do you think those people are benefiting from that road? That road is infrastructure supposed to help them market their goods, but instead they are just one basin of rice, 3 cuttings of cassava. That's what they are drying. It is even accumulating aflatoxins because of the dust discharged from the tires. So wealth, creation of wealth is very important. And now the problem is one. What do? Do you start with wealth? Do you start with development
of the entire country?
Now, if you are going to balance, it means you'll do half-half.
You have to sacrifice one, and then...
in my language, I normally tell people that whatever you do, please try to hurry slowly.
Hey.
You hurry slowly. Because when you go too fast, you knock.
And when you knock, you're done.
So, basically, that's how we are progressing. And me, that's what I'm saying about this. Yes, like I told you, when I joined, we had 45 prisons. Now we have 270. Now, even in terms of numbers, doesn't it tell you that there has been a lot of progress? Yes, we still have congestion, but imagine supposing we had remained with 45.
Oh.
You see, we don't put perspective. You say, congestion in prisons is too much. Let's ask ourselves. 1996, actually up to 2006, we had 49 prisons. 49. Now we have 270. Don't you think that's a big milestone? targeting.
And these are in good condition.
Well, whether good or bad, but
Yes.
they are there.
Okay.
You see, they are what we say, the wants and the needs. Eh? You want good food eaten from Serena. But if you are hungry, you need food. Eh?
You can't say I must go to Serena to eat food when you're hungry.
The most important thing, stage one, is that you need food to live. Now, when you have built capacity, then you can want good food from
You can
Serena.
even plan for your hunger and say, I'll sort it out
So
at this place.
that's why we are like this. Yes, we are like still firefighting, but we are also growing. And a number of things are coming in. First of all, at the time, even some of these restrictions, say if you can't do a project of 500 million without a consultant, the consultant comes wanting 500 million, so you use 1 billion to do work for 500 million. Now, until those things were now waived off. Like right now, we have a construction gang. Much of the constructions we are doing ourselves without having to get from outside. But then you wouldn't, because the law was not allowing. Yeah. The law was not allowing. Anything, the moment you say 500, they say, get a consultant. Now, to use consultant to build, it will take you 6 months through the procurement. Manya, this wants to be this consultant is giving you this condition. By the time you start, you are late. But these days, you will find we are running like 20, 30 projects at the same time.
Yeah.
Staff houses, prisons, we are running. Actually, with the economy improving, like we are promised, if the oil comes. No, even on the middle income. When this oil comes out, because the economists project that our economy will grow between 10 and 15%. Okay, we multiply 10 to 15%. 10 to 15 times the current economy with the coming in of oil alone. And that means life will be very different.
Yeah, I find this talk about as the public relations practitioner myself, I want to talk about let's talk about the public image of the Uganda prisons, looking at what normally comes out. And I want to pose a question to you. The people think when they come to prisons, you're going to rehabilitate them, as you said in the first episode. But what we see in the media circles, on social media and some traditional medias, we see torture. People who have been tortured. Is torture part of the rehabilitation? And that has made people say, when people go into the prison, this is how they are being treated. Is that how we're supposed to do? Or they are being tortured in detention or cells, as you
Now, exactly, you see, that is the real misinformation, disinformation, which I have actually with the armchair communicators, with stereotype answers. Because the systems in the prisons are very clear and standard. A prison is open to whoever comes in. We operate two things. We operate what we call open door policy. Open door policy is that if you have a reason, the doors of the prison are open for you. Two, we do dynamic security. We don't use force. We use more of persuasion to manage. For example, would you imagine 14,000 people managing 80,000? Do you think you have magic? You only need to
the ratio doesn't match.
Because the world ratio is 1 staff to 3 prisoners. For us here, it is 1 staff to 7 prisoners. So you must use the dynamism of negotiation. Actually, we have a lot of communalism in our system. That's why we don't have gangs. That's not. Now, when it comes to torture, it's not enough to say we see people coming out of prisons tortured. That means you jumped on the bicycle when it was already halfway. Because a number of people who have exhibited torture marks, the first time they appear in court is when they report that they have been what? Tortured. And then the courts normally say, you go and treat and bring a report. But as soon as they go to prison, now the prison officers become the monsters. You know, I always amuse people that you see, when this person is outside raping, robbing, killing, everybody's making noise, they are bad. But the moment this person crosses the line and is in prison, he becomes the angel, and the prison officers are now the monsters, the torturers and the like. But the good thing is one, that apart from you, the media, who fall for the lies of those people who come to you. You know, in Uganda here, it is easy somebody to run to the studio and say, this has been run to me like this, without verification. The story is running.
They hit my eye, they burn my neck. And
the story is running and it's okay. Which is very unfortunate. Which is actually irresponsible for a professional to know that if you want a story, it has to be balanced. That's why I tell people, I always challenge them. If you think you have been tortured by prisons, go to court. Go to Uganda Human Rights. Why do you want to run to the media where you know you are only talking and stopping? Because you don't pay him?
They attach the issue of intimidation. That I've been told I'll be killed.
If somebody is already showing his face on TV, then that one fears to be killed. You are fearing to be killed. If you went to Uganda Human Rights Commission, which is a tribunal and conducts its things in privacy,
can hold accountable someone.
Or you go to court and the magistrate brings the culprits to book. Because torture is an act. It's against the law. It's you'll be prosecuted. We have a few of our staff who have been prosecuted for acting irregularly. Because individuals can act irregularly, but it's not a policy of government. And that's why when that one happens, the law takes its course. Nobody can shield you. It's your responsibility for having done what you have done. But the problem, those ones who normally come to you, the media, they are the ones who are covering up something. The Baganda have a saying in the Chiso Chambus. So they don't want to speak the truth themselves. If they spoke the truth, that will be okay. I am not going to be a spokesperson for other agencies. I don't know. But all I know is that our work as prisons is to rehabilitate, to reform, and not to torture. And anybody who tortures, that's why we carry uniforms which bear what? Names.
Your name.
Ours is not even this one where you gum it off.
You don't put a reflector.
It is this one.
There are some agencies that they put on reflector.
Now, don't you ask them why they do that? At least my people put on uniform.
No, the Constitution embeds you to at least try to answer my question because you are part of security.
I speak for prisons. I don't speak for individuals. I don't, because we need to understand if this is happening, what has happened. You know, one time I posed the question. By then, this man, the road mayor, had an issue. We had an issue in Ichitari. And he was like, Baine, you should tell people how these people are being tortured. You know, even the ones who tortured. I said, well, how comes you think I know and you don't know? Because I said there can be 4 scenarios. One, somebody is going to steal a boda, and the boda guys get him. How do they treat him? How do they treat him? Have you seen bodabodas beat a boda thief? Have you seen them? Now after beating him, when they realize this man is about to die, they will throw him to police. Now police also has no store. It has now to push this person to court, and court sends this person to what? To prison. Prisons. Now, me, who has received this man from court, do I know what happened?
No.
2, there are people who think they are more powerful than the law. If the police came to arrest and you put resistance and they used the minimum or reasonable force, to apprehend you, and after that they bring you, will I know the difference between you
and the
And the other one of the border. Now, then, supposing, actually, before the incident happened, you were involved in a commotion with wananchi elsewhere. Now, then this one came as a secondary. So how do you determine what happened where when you are not there? So what we do in prisons and why you see people not going to court, they can only speculate, is that as you enter, we check you. All the scars on your body, we do write them down. That's why you have had some people complaining that when you go to prison, they strip you naked. Yes. If you don't want to come, you'll not. Because we know you are going to turn around. After 1 week, you see, this scar, I have got it from here. This eye, they beat it the other day. Now, for us, we are documenting.
Whatever you allege, you bring for you.
No, the book is there. The admission book is there. And you know, we have this information corrected from you and it is documented. Some cases where situations are hard, we even take photographs and keep them. So you will hear them murmuring, but they don't want to go to court because they know if they go to court.
For you have the proof.
For us, we have the proof. Now, my work is to prove that this person came like this, not to prove where this thing happened, because I'm not responsible. Whatever happens out of my jurisdiction, actually we say out of the prison precincts, we are not responsible. And we are not going to be responsible.
Okay.
So, but I want to tell you that if out of 100 people, only 13 people are coming back, I think we are doing a good job. You can check in the records of Ministry of Agriculture. Actually, the full survey was showing that it is people who have been in prison and have been in the prison farm that know how to apply fertilizer, they know how to plant in line for plant population, and they know crop management. They learned it where? In prison. You have been seeing, we had the lawyer. It is a lawyer who was studied in prison, Chigura. She studied in prison and challenged the death penalty. And 416 people benefited. Actually, 1,200 people that benefited from that scheme. So, yes, we do discipline. But let me tell you, there's one thing you even forget. We have had issues of inmate violence. Sometimes you don't know that these people who have been fighting outside, when he comes to the prison, he continues fighting. Yeah? But now, when you fight in this wrong group, you will get proper caning.
Or outside you may not get proper one, but inside. Yeah.
But inside, you see, you seem to have a thinking that somebody is only bad when he's outside. As soon as he steps in, it's like a bulb. You switch off the bad, switch on the good, then becomes an angel.
Some of them continue with their...
Actually, they don't stop. We have had incidents. I can give you a case of one woman. She killed her husband from Hoima. They brought her to prison in Masindi. She killed an inmate who she befriended, and before they knew it, she killed him. She killed her, a fellow inmate. She was transferred. There, when she killed her husband, she was sentenced to death. When she killed an inmate, she was again sentenced to death. She came to Ruzira.
No, she was confirmed to death.
She came to Ruzira. She was peaceful and prisoners were cleaning. Nobody knew how she sneaked, and they had the hole which they had left behind. Before they knew it, the hole was on the prisoner's head, dead.
2 people in prison, 1 person outside.
Now, if an incident like that happens, and it maybe the askari is a bit far, by the time the askaris come, how much do you think, how much beating will she have received? So, sometimes we normally do things.
Is she still alive?
Yes, she's there.
Huh?
She's there.
She's there. What happened to the confirmation of her death?
No, she's still. You know, it's an appeal process. You see, High Court sentences you to death, automatically there is an appeal to the Court of Appeal. Then even after the Court of Appeal approves death, you still have to go to the Supreme Court. Then the Supreme Court, if the Supreme Court agrees with the subordinate courts, then you are waiting. You have one chance, prerogative of mercy. Because either the president will sign that you are hanged, or he will sign that you are forgiven.
After killing 3 people.
Some of you, if I gave you a chance to be close to people like Arni, who was finishing women here, you will even regret why you even chose to put on this skirt. So some of these people don't change. They remain aggressive. But because it is a responsibility of an institution to keep them,
you have to keep it.
We have to keep it.
Wow. Okay. Something probably we can end with this, Fandi. You talked about the 23,000 inmates that already we have as a country and are in prisons right now.
No, I said 80. 80. I told you the hoarding capacity.
Yeah.
The hoarding capacity is the infrastructure. On ideal situation, our infrastructure can accommodate 23,
but we have 80.
Now, and one of the challenges which I read, that's why I started by statistics, we have 38,000 people who are on remand. These are not supposed to be in prison. So if we had only convicts, 41,000 wouldn't be a problem. Actually, for your own information, our prison farms are not congested. It is only that we have fewer convicts to work in the farms. But if like these were converted into convicts, we wouldn't have congestion because they would be busy.
I see. Okay, here's my question or something I want you to comment on. Before they come to the prisons, it's because they have committed a crime.
Or allegedly
committed a crime. My question is, how can we have a low crime country?
The low crime country starts from you.
Who? Me?
Yeah.
Doing what?
The things you do. First of all, when you are communicating and doing citing, do you know why they removed the internet? Just to minimize crime. Because you people cannot resist from sending fake news, from exaggerating situation. Even up to now, when you go to this TikTok, they are bringing incidents of 2021, saying this is happening now in Jinja. That is irresponsibility of us communicators. That is
how
one.
About the regulators?
The regulation comes at the end. You see, prevention is better than cure.
So prevention is on me.
Yes.
Cure is on the, on the regulators.
It must be you to be responsible, the duty of a citizen, that this thing I'm putting, does it reflect? Does it reflect minimizing chaos, or it is increasing? I'm putting fuel so that the thing can go higher and higher. That is why these CNNs and BBC, the channel for Africa is for showing the bad things, but the channel for their inside, they will never show those bad things. Because on record, in the whole world, there is more shooting of wananchi in United States of America than the rest of the world combined. But those incidents, it will be like one, calculated one, then the rest, they sit on them. It's called responsible reporting. The other day I saw in Kenya, they tried, when they attacked the supermarket, when the terrorists attacked the supermarket.
The Westgate.
But still, there were some TVs who are still smuggling wrong information. Yes, it might be real, but what does it help? So when do you release it? So that's how. But the only biggest problem which we are having is to restore the family fabric. Our biggest problem starts from our homes. Our children are raised by maids. Maids are people you have picked that they are not even able to survive in their own homes. They are the ones you bring, and they are the mentors of your children.
The children knows the maid more than you, the parent.
The characters, the TVs, they are exposed with the maids because the maid is here, yagala kulaba cha Nigeria, witchcrafty, this everything. You wouldn't want your child exposed to. As soon as you leave, the maid puts the TV. That's what they do. What they watch. So we must restore the family fabric. These days, the crimes are increasing for one thing, that there are many cases that used never to reach police because the community would get involved. I remember for us when we were in primary school, it was normal for an adult to find you playing football in the middle of the road and he gets you and canes you. Even goes home and reports you and they add on. But you touch, now even in school, you touch somebody's child. You dare. So now we have had many situations of single mothers. The other day you see people running to the street. I am one of the people who is very hurt that the 3 years I spent in Karamoja, I am 100% sure that these Karamojong kids cannot bring themselves here. Somebody has made it a project. When he knows that they are releasing money for moving children on the street, he goes and ships them and brings them to Kampala. Then he gets the money to take them. No. Now, you are a journalist. This is open. Just off Queen's Way, there is that bridge where they have now made a road cut across Katwe. You go inside there. There are about 3 big houses. That's where all these children sleep. They are here during the day. At night they sleep. But if you want to know that these children are not alone, you get 50,000 and give it to this small kid. You will see an old woman coming, running and grabbing this money from the kid. So you can imagine.
Someone's project.
It's a project. Now, our children are running away from home. We don't care. Everything I have been seeing, I think it is only the last time where I didn't see when it is Youth Day, they are fighting even in front of the president. Now, our children are entitled. I mean, if this is my entitlement. So the anger is in their hands. What they don't get, they must fight to get. And that is commotion. So crimes, what is causing the crimes? The crimes are caused by society relaxation. So the churches have to go back, the families have to go back, the communities have to take control. Because every time I'm moving, including my own village, you will find young boys on pool around this time. On pool and opium. But the house of the chairman is there. Even here in Kampala, the other day I came out in the evening, I found a group. He said, what are these people doing here? That now these people, they are fishermen, but they are busy enjoying the what? The opium. I had to call the police. Say, police, you people, what do you do? I called the chairman. Chairman, what type of chairman are you? These gangs, do you know where they come from? Then when they are here during daytime, how sure are you they are not going to break into our houses at night? But nobody cares. They said, no, but we have been seeing them. So we have to be responsible citizens. Right from the family, the community, and the country.
Yeah, but I find
because police is not going to solve every problem. Because police, the moment you report to police, with them they pick and take to court. Court sends to prison. So we must have alternative dispute resolution methods other than police and court.
Well, thank you so much, Afande. You have only 4 minutes and I want to open it up. We have talked about the institution, which is the Uganda prison that you represent. But just allow me just to release you for a few minutes, and that's 4 minutes, you to heartedly and openly and transparently talk about the Uganda you want.
The Uganda I want, like I said, starts from the family. Can we restore the family values? 2, Uganda I want, can we restore order on our roads? You see, we are talking about infrastructure development. Without discipline, you can't have anything. Have you seen that whether the traffic lights are green or red, the borders must move, and in all directions? Did you know that in Uganda here, whether you knock a border knocks you, you are the one in the wrong?
True.
Now, reason is we don't want organized systems. When you go to other countries, first of all, it starts with registration. Every time they have been talking about registration, the politicians come and say leave. Now, I am going to tell you that I don't know who knows how many borders we have in this city alone.
Yeah, they're always just giving approximately.
They don't know.
We don't know the
Two,
figures.
when I was giving out food during COVID, I was in charge of food distribution.
I remember.
That is the time I visited the slums, all the key slums in Kampala. Actually, I even wrote a paper about how we must take interest in those slums. As long as we don't regulate migration, and how do you regulate migration? There must be leadership and registration. If you have come, it is not that you have come, you have paid me, you sleep. Do you know in Uganda, 20 people can sleep in this room and the neighbors don't know who they are, apart from the person they paid. So how do you plan for the people you don't know?
Sometimes even the person they pay doesn't even know who has paid. Just one gets money, the rest.
So that is where I want. I want a Uganda where I don't need to labor to look for money that I am sick. I should have a medical insurance
So you want
card.
a medical insurance?
So that when I'm sick, I go. But where I should go, I should get help. Not to go here, they prescribe, they investigate. Then when they investigate, they say, now, for testing, you go the other side. Then you walk to another place, you do the testing. Then you bring the results. Then they say now the results, then they prescribe. Then you go to another place to buy what? No. We need to have a clean healthcare program that helps the poor as well as the what? As the rich. This happens. Most of these countries do. The Uganda I want, education, our education. You know, I've told you I'm a teacher by profession. The moment we run away from a triple H model of education, head for knowledge, heart for attitude, hands for skill, we lost it. Because now we are on a single H. Cram work, first class. That's why somebody gets a degree in first class and is on the street that he's not employed. Then what did you study? So I wish we could adopt the Asian model. With them, they have what they call 9th grade. 9th grade is like P6, P7. If I had the powers, I would make sure that P6 and P7, people must study technical subjects.
Wow, that's new to me.
Yes. You see these skilling hubs, they are trying to answer that. But when it's
done to these ones who are very old already,
which is a little bit too late.
Too late for them.
Now, if you want innovation, you need a P6, P7 kid, 2 years vocational training. Then from there, those who want academics can continue. Those who want to work can work. Those who want professionalizing these things happen. Now, Padiem has come and told us things can move to the parish. Can we have skilling centers per parish? To capture those people who are not able to go to the primary school, to capture those people who have not been able to go to the secondary school, but they can learn something when they are coming from their homes.
There are some expenses you're going to cut off for them.
Basically, because they give them food, they, maybe apart from clothes and the like, but the rest of the things are done by government. And then now we also graduate from skilling, we must equip. You are skilled and equipped. Skilled and equipped. If we do that, that is how we are saving this what? This country. Because it's not about having money everywhere, but it's about people understanding their responsibility and duties. And you see, what this single thing, for us, you would wake up in the morning, you know you have to milk the cow, you have to clean the compound before you run to school. You know what you are trying to do? One, you are developing an attitude that you contribute to your survival in the home. That's how you build the attitude for work. But now it is bed, phone, computer, dining table, and back to bed. Your work is to spoil or dirty. Other people must come and clean for you.
In other words, you're saying, I am helping you to eat your food. I am helping you to be in this house. I am helping you to live with you.
Yet, if this when you go to Europe, I've traveled. In Europe, there is nobody who washes for anybody. There is nobody who cooks for anybody. If it is painting a house, you all join. But you know, for us, our children are actually in the Asiatic philosophy, Confucius, they say the best way to develop a nation is to use a caterpillar to butterfly model. You know, a caterpillar is a maggot. It is eating, angry, touching, doing other things. Now, to the Chinese, a kid or a young person must be touchy, innovating, must be a caterpillar. Not be treasured like a golden egg. You know, here, children are golden eggs. That's why the parent sweats, the child enjoys. Now, when it comes to this child becoming mature, he doesn't know how to enjoy apart from selling what the parent has left. But there, it is similar to the African tradition that the child must be active.
Get involved.
Now, from the getting involved, that's where when he has emerged as a successful person, then he's looked at as a butterfly. When you find the senior commissioner of prisons here, you admire the shoulder, the talking. But this, you see,
you forget
came
the caterpillar
from
stage.
The caterpillar stage. Now, in Uganda, the children are butterflies. The parents are caterpillars. We must reverse that.
Thank you so much. Wow, that's very insightful. By the way, do you pay the commission of the retired officers of the prisons?
Yeah, they get pension. We have pension.
You pay them very well,
I am telling you.
You see, I'm very passionate. You imagine working for 30 years and you don't get your command.
No, the pension is there.
It's there.
You can't miss it. These days, those payments, government payments are easy.
Easy now.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
because the money is there.
Well, I hope we'll get another time to have a conversation with the Senior Commissioner of Prisons, Mr. Frank Baine Mayanja, especially the political side a bit and the governance, and also installing the institutional powers. Probably in the time to come, he will create us time to talk more about that. But for now, you've heard him, and I'm just urging you, what are you going to do to ensure that all of us, we achieve the kind of Uganda that we want? For now, we sign out. Bye-bye.